Men, are you tired of being friend zoned?
Yes!
Ever feel like it's easier to catch a bullet than catch, attract, and date women today? Like, seriously, what do they want? Really want? We say we want good men, but doesn't it seem like the nice guys finish last in this dating game? What's up with that? What is it about some men that make them seem so irresistible? And more importantly, how can you be irresistible to women? In this brain snack, we'll uncover the top 10 things that women all across the world, they draw them to the men that they like, love, and lust. For the sake of keeping this a brain snack and not a brain entree, in this video I'll reveal the bottom 5, and in my next brain snack I'll reveal the top ones. Don't worry, y'all boys, this is not in your head. When it comes to attraction, women are much more complex, selective, and idiosyncratic. For this reason, answering the question, how do men attract women, is much more difficult to answer than how do women attract men, and not just for the men that's trying to attract women, but for the busy scientists that have been trying to answer this question for the past few centuries. When it comes to attraction, men are mainly visual creatures, and trust me, I despise generalizations like this. But this turns out to be a pretty universal and enduring finding, supported by nearly every type of study conducted on the matter. Self-reports, surveys, speed dating studies, long-term studies, marital studies, brain studies, they all seem to show a powerful link between what men see and what they like. So for instance, the cerebral region that chit-chats most frequently and most intensely with the part of a man's brain that controls desire is his visual cortex. But it was not y'all fault, y'all basic. Sexual desire in women, on the other hand, involves a much broader and variant range of stimuli and cortical activity. Women become variably aroused by things that they see, hear, smell, remember, and feel. Different women have different sexual triggers, and these triggers are influenced by things like her age, her culture, her partner, and even the specific day of her menstrual cycle. So yeah, we got a lot going on. Still though, after a few decades of some pretty solid research on the matter, we've uncovered some pretty interesting trends in the preferences that women have in men. Now, a couple of important caveats before I hop into the countdown. First, science is a way of asking questions and designing experiments to test and answer those questions. Science is not a bunch of white people in lab coats making conclusive statements about you or your love life. You may find that most, all, or even none of these things on this list apply to you, and that's okay. It doesn't weaken the validity of the studies, and it also doesn't say much about you and who you're attracted to. Second, one distinction that I wish that the research was a little bit clearer about is the difference between what attracts us to a stranger for the first time and what keeps us attracted to people that we already know and love. Sometimes these things are different. Well, the research doesn't do a very good job at making that distinction, so you keep that distinction in mind as you watch this video. Lastly, every item on this list is backed by scientific evidence, published in not gossip magazines, but actual scientific journals. The list itself, however, is arbitrary. There isn't a study that ranks them or says that a particular thing is number 1. I created this countdown after poring over the research for weeks, talking to dozens of women, and synthesizing all of this information into a snack. I use my personal judgment, and as you'll see, the top 3 are the top 3 for a reason. Okay, so let's get started. Before we hop into the top 10, ladies, let me know the top 3 things that attract you to your boo, and I'll put mine in the description box below. Number 10. Ambition. In short, for women, ambition represents an increased likelihood that a man does or will have access to resources. Women are both consciously, but largely subconsciously, drawn to this access, or its potential, because of the evolutionary/survival advantages that they confer on her children. Number 9. Intelligence. Women care about intelligence roughly twice as much as men do. In a 2006 study, every point increase in a man's perceived intelligence corresponded to a 4.5% increase in likelihood that women would want to see him again. For men, it was only a 2.3% increase. Now, this is not to say that men don't care about intelligence, it just indicates that women care a lot more about it. But more about that in another brain snack. Number 8. Strong communicators. This trait frequently appears on lists of women's top desired qualities, especially in women above the age of 25. And empirical research has shown a link between a woman's rating of how effective a communicator a man is and the likelihood that she'd go on a second date with him. What remains a puzzle, though, is what exactly is a strong communicator? Different women have different definitions of what this looks like, so more research is needed on this all too important quality. To not only improve the responses that men get for sliding them DMs, but to improve the relationships that result from their efforts. Number 7. Dominance. Studies show that women have a strong preference for markers of pro-social dominance, which is strongly associated with strength and masculinity. Now, this comes with so many ifs, ands, buts, side notes that I have to make another brain snack just about this topic. We all have a general sense of what dominance looks like, and if you don't, you can watch this brain snack to get a better idea. But for now, I want you to pay attention to the word pro-social, because this is the key attractive force here. In general, women like assertive men, but rate aggressive and demanding behavior, which are both dominant by the way, very poorly in terms of attraction. But more about that in another brain snack. Number 6, social status. Now, if you let them tell it, women don't care about social status. No, for real. When researchers ask women what they're looking for in a partner, social status ranks really low on that list. But in studies where women are asked to choose between men that carry various symbols of social status, like expensive cars, clothes, and jewelry, and men who don't, those markers of social status win more often than not. In some cases, women even sacrifice other things they value for it. So, kind of a big deal. You know what? This video is kind of long, so I'm gonna go ahead and split this in two. Hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss the top 5 things that attract women. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next snack time.